Hey guys, it's Wolf from the Backman forums and BoostTube, and I'm just gonna be giving you a little update on my portable N64 because I haven't made an update in a while, and well, that's not really it's not that I haven't made any progress in a while. I've been sanding it a bit. As you can see, it's pretty smooth now, and it's getting smoother, like you can see how shiny and nice that is. I mean, there's still parts that I have to keep adding stuff, and I haven't sanded down some of these parts, but in other places it's basically perfect, I mean, there's a spot right there where the camera's trying to focus, basically right there where those speakers are. So it's gonna be just a little bit longer before then, but I'm just gonna give you a little walk around of the case, just so you can see, how it looks, and show you what else needs to be drilled. Basically, the screen is perfectly in there, like it's perfectly cut, and basically for the front, all I need to do is drill these speaker holes, which I'm going to be using a template for, so it's going to be perfect. This is going to be my port to my little box I'm going to make. That's going to be the controller 1 switch, and you know what that's used for if you know anything about portables. This is going to be the volume scroll wheel, because I'm not going to be using, I was going to be using some tacks, but the ones I usually use are no longer made, so I found some other ones though, so they should be fine. Basically, the Z and L and the R buttons I need to drill and then file out, and I've got some really small shoulder buttons for that. They're not with me currently, but this switch right here is going to be the LZ switch, and that switches us in between Z and L. And as you can tell, it's very easy to hold. These can't be secured by the way of screws yet, but I mean, that's coming soon. But here's like roughly how you would hold it with this hand, and with the other hand it would be exactly the same except on the B buttons. So it's very easy to reach the D-pad with the L button and the like that. That's perfect. I mean, it's pretty much closed. But that's how you do the joystick, and D-pad is not that, it's a bigger, you go like that more on a 3DS, so it's not, bad. I didn't even finish with the switches, but LZ, this one is the screen switch, and that's to turn off the screen and the audio, like the speakers, if you're using a TV with that port. So, there's that. Because you don't want to, if you use this and that, it'll split the signal and it'll be too dim, and the audio will be slightly quieter and basically less quality. So you want to switch that off before you do that. This one is the memory rumble switch, and switch it to one side, you get memory, and switch to the other, you get rumble. It's pretty self-explanatory. This is going to be the headphone jack. Basically what I'm doing is keeping everything that requires screen or controls or audio is going to be in this half of the case. So the switches are going to be on this half of the case, just to make life easier. And basically, yeah, that's it for this side. Show you what I did to the back so far. And if you didn't know from the other videos, like if you didn't notice, there were like these little, it was like a lifted part here, or like a ridge or something. Well, I sanded that down all the way around, and it's pretty smooth now. It doesn't look smooth because I've got Sharpie all over it, but it's just going to be sanded down and painted anyway, and that was just to point out some flaws that I had to do. Still got to fill this little hole right here. That's not a hole, that's paint, or that's actually Sharpie right there, trying to focus. But it's like a little dip that's in most Tupperwares, and there's the raised part because of it. But what I've got going on this is the top, by the way. This is the top. I'm going to have the reset button, and that's for the EverDrive that's going to be in here. And the cool thing about this one is it's going to have an EverDrive 3 in it. That's the new one. and it doesn't even need the reset button, but I'm putting it in there because there's a problem that some people get, and it's you have to hit the reset button, so I'm paranoid about that, so I want that reset button in there. This is the power switch for the N64, and that's to turn the N64 off or on. So basically that's normally going to be on, but if you want to say turn on nothing, if you want to turn on just the screen and the audio, you could then use this port to plug in here and use this screen for anything that you want. And I'm probably never going to use that, but it's there. And this right here is the main power switch. So basically you switch that, switch this, and the screen. So basically you won't ever need to switch the N64 or the screen switch. You just switch mains, but you just, if you want to turn the N64 off, you can. But there's no real point other than that. If you don't know what this is, right below, this is my start button. It's from a GameCube, but the GameCube controller that I used to get this off of had like a little LED in there, and I thought that was cool. It was like for turbo or something, but I'm going to use that as my battery indicator. Nothing else on that side. On the bottom, we have the vents, which I have cut out, and they're perfect. And right here, there's going to be the charge jack. You'll just plug in the charge right there. This is the SD card reader, and this is the LED for the SD card reader that lets you, it flashes when it reads, so it's just there to be cool and let you know that the EverDrive is in fact working. And this right here is going to be used for a GameCube power supply, which is to run the unit off wall power. Basically what this portable is, what I did was I wanted to incorporate accessories that are stock. So basically you'd be able to, if your GameCube power supply ever broke, you wouldn't need me to make one, you would just buy a regular GameCube power supply. Same thing with this port right here. The only thing you'd need to buy is the box, but I'm going to make it so that the box works and the AV out port. So that's that. And I think that's everything. Yeah, I said that was the controller switch, so yeah, I think that's everything. And actually, I can't really show you anything. I don't really have a comparison. Yeah, I really don't have a comparison. Actually, I might have a DVD or something. Hold on. I just want to show a size comparison for this case. Here is a DVD, standard size thing. There's my case. So basically it's about the same size width and height wise, a little bit smaller though, simply because it's just not as big, and it's not thin, or it's not thick at all. Like, this is very, very thin, to be portable, you know. I'm a little worried about how much battery life this will have, but I'm pretty sure it'll be fine. I'm probably going to be able to fit 2500 milliamps. So that's basically that. GameCube analog stick, GameCube D-pad, and the D-pad is straight. Some people thought it wasn't, but the C buttons, if you haven't noticed, and nobody said anything about them, but they are angled, and that's because they are angled with the A and B right there. So it's like, I just like the design of that better, because like these are angled, so I made these angled, and it overall makes it look pretty good. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you on the forums.